Super Spears Brothers!
So, this is a big one.
This is probably the dumbest idea I could kind of come up with for like a let's play, because I don't know if I can beat this game in under 80 hours. Given that I'm a completionist, I will try and find everything. And there's going to be grinding, although I have a trick to grinding that you know about. I think we're going to try and run an exploit. No cheating, no ROM hacking or anything else like that, but we will be reusing the exploit.
I don't know if anyone knows this, but this is possibly my favorite game.
I don't know if anyone knows this, but this is possibly my favorite game.
I still have memories of when we started up on Christmas.
Oh my god.
We got it, and then it was like, da-na-na, and we were like, oh my god.
We are ready for this.
Oh my god. We were not ready for this. This game destroyed me.
This game is, people are always talking about the Citizen Kane of games, and this isn't the Citizen Kane of games. There will never be.
This is the Star Wars of games.
but I like this better than Star Wars. And
I can say that.
I think that the themes are more deeply felt. I will say that there's some stronger themes in some of the later Final Fantasies that I like. I like the game less and think that they're less interesting overall, but have some more poignant writing in them than this one.
Yeah.
This one, the writing is good, but it's like you say, it's a little kind of pulp.
Yeah.
It's good though, and
it's good pulp,
and it's still one of my favorite games and a beautiful piece of art. But in some of the Final Fantasies that aren't as good, I think have some more interesting writing. Like
they've matured past the point, because this is quite a big jump in a different direction than especially console games at the time. Yeah. Like PC games were starting to explore some interesting deep themes at the time. Like Ultima, which is a game I never got into, had a whole bunch of interesting things going on in it.
I didn't feel that at the time. I remember.
Well, there's the plus. It's Ultima 4, pretty much. Is the one people talk about.
The Ultimas I remember were the really early ones, and all I would do was just steal all the paintings from houses and not have. And there was like a demon you had to kill, and it was just I didn't care.
Yeah.
After playing a game like this, where you could like want to kill yourself at the end,
yeah,
which is an everyday experience for me. But
it was weird to have it come from a video game.
I don't know if we're going to make very many jokes. I will try to make jokes, but it's hard because this game is my feels, as they say.
This is all of the feels. Like, there's bits of this game that I played through this game again a couple years ago for the first time in ages, and I still choked up hugely in certain parts. Vixen Wedge.
That's right.
We're going to have to change the color in the background. I can't take that.
We'll call him Vapor Rub.
Okay, Vapor Rub and Cheese.
And Swiss.
Yes, and Swiss. Final attack, 1,000 years ago. This game has a really elaborate backstory. What I found interesting, that I found out only recently, is they went from 0 to completed game within about a year.
That's insane.
Yeah, they had about a year to make this game, apparently.
That's not possible.
No.
I understand that different teams worked on different characters, which is why it's such an ensemble piece. Is that different people actually took 3 characters each, and they all developed them. So each character gets their own really interesting backstory. Anything I came up with after this that was like an RPG drew slightly too much from this.
Yeah.
I should admit that before this game came out, and no one will believe me, and why would you? I came up with a story that was very similar to some of the bits in this, possibly because I'd also seen Star Wars.
And also you played the other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, but I did come up with one that was remarkably similar in some ways, with a sudden end-of-the-world type turn. Spoiler alert, there's an end-of-the-world type turn in the game Terranigma.
Yeah. the twist in that comes in the first 10 minutes. But
that was a legitimate spoiler.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
If you
this is some
haven't
great parallel. This is some great Mode 7 going on here.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Mode 7 was a thing on the Super Nintendo that allowed them to warp the tiles so it could create a pseudo 3D effect from 2D tiles.
It's an effect that was immediately rendered obsolete in the next generation, but it was neat tech for the time.
I still think it's neat tech. In fact, whenever I play an RPG making game, I'm always looking for something that can simulate that Mode 7, because when you play an RPG that doesn't have the Mode 7, just on the map itself when you're controlling it, it plays very flat.
Yeah.
One of the problems with the RPG Maker game maker thing is I found all my maps felt very flat until I could use somebody else's mod to add
some quote-unquote mode 7.
Some quote-unquote mode 7, which never worked and always crashed. But it was one of the things
it just didn't feel right. It felt like an old Dragon Warrior game or Final Fantasy IV, which, honestly, the jump between... Okay, there was Final Fantasy V in between this, but we didn't see that. So the jump between Final Fantasy, what we knew as 2 and 3, was bloody ridiculous. Like, the plot in I love Final Fantasy II. It has a deep place in my heart, but the plot makes no goddamn sense. And the bits that do make sense are really stupid.
There's a lot of stuff where there's a lot of repetition of so-and-so's dead, they're not dead. So-and-so's dead, they're not dead. It is a great game, and I love the plot of it, but once you've played it as many times as I have, you start to notice some of those deep flaws. Final Fantasy VI does have flaws, but there isn't as much sort of like, oh, I don't know what we do next. So we did extend the plot. I don't know why they're Russian now. One of them must be dead, so why don't we have one of them die and come back to life? Like now he's like some sort of German Jew. I'm not
He's
sure.
like a German Swedish Jew. Oh, by the way, I haven't started the game yet.
Well, we're only
6 minutes in.
We don't have to watch that again, I hope.
No, we don't.
That would be definitely a speed up for Larry. We do have to watch it again. Because we didn't.
I've detected the flaw in this game. So we'll be back in, for us, about 6 minutes.
No sense. Wait. I guess it should be something from Star Wars, since I think Wedge and Vix are both. Maybe at least Wedge is a reference. I'm not
Wedge
sure.
Is. I should know. I think they are.
Maybe Vix is a.
I think Vix is the one who didn't get named in the final movie, but was in the script.
That's right. And they were like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Was it just the translator? Maybe we'll call them Yaka and Waku.
Kasuda, I assumed.
Kasuda! Tasedo! Tsueiya!
I also really like Akira, but let's not talk about that. Okay.
Let's put her on point!
Yeah, I have her as the bucking. Very magical. I'm not even narcissistic anymore. I like this game starts with you being the bad guy, like quite unambiguously. Like,
well, to be fair, that's the exact same plot element of Final Fantasy IV.
That's true. But then he was going through doubt.
I like all these other beams. These are like, you don't need these. No. Just use fire beam.
Just for fire beam. Except for Terra's. Oh, spoil. Her name is Terra. We're probably going to name her something stupid. But she has all the cool ones. Like bio beam and missiles, which are useless. They do more damage, I think. Oh, Vix gained a level. That's nice.
I think the missiles are actually based on your HP, or they cut through defense.
I think that's what it is. Something like that.
Wow, I know too much about this game.
Oh, God. Let's go kill some dogs. There's very few games that start with you murdering puppies.
To be fair, they don't look like puppies.
No, they look like lion demons.
I will choose...
this game has a lot of harsh decisions.
That's right. Which dog do I kill?
Take that, Fable 2.
You gotta kill your dog. How you like about that?
Spoilers. We're gonna be spoiling just everything.
That's right.
At the end of Star Wars, it turns out that Darth Vader is actually Leia. That's gonna be the twist in the new ones. Leia is actually Darth Vader the entire time. You never saw them together, did you? Except for the first one, but the first one was a dream.
That's right. Plus, they hadn't worked out what happened in that one. Clearly.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. You said, let's be honest, but it really sounded like lesbian it's.
Also, Luke is a girl.
Don't
use heal force. It's so mean to just force somebody's healing. Why would you use Confuser?
Bioblast is nice. Bio, whatever is something-ish?
I don't even know. I always try to get one last attack before the timer goes up. So, I don't know. This game, man. It's just beautiful. Oh yeah, and they introduced these new little game mechanic things, like the pincer attacks and the...
Bio the guy on the right, and then just slice the guy on the other side.
No, I'm controlling now, by the way, somehow. I just sort of picked up the controller. He put it down for half a second, and I stole that.
That's right. That's right.
This game is actually 2-player, which is a really neat little touch.
We'll play it 2-player when we get to that point.
I think we could now, theoretically, I think.
Yeah, but we'll get past the... Let's actually take actual characters.
Question mark, gained level. I remember in my actual serious playthrough that I did when I was a kid, I named her question mark. Which
I called them all Kefka after my second playthrough. Kefka is an important character in the game. He is the second in command. and has no other relevance.
No.
Is there anybody who would watch this that doesn't?
If you don't know the plot of Final Fantasy III, we're going to be spoiling it.
I'm not going to spoil it. I don't even know what it is. Are there enemies in this game? What's this about? Well, you know what this is? You're the Empire, and you're fighting this evil town full of people that die
and demons
that die in one hit. They're actually mummies. On the outside, you can tell they're mummies.
God.
When you get
Are we Brendan Fraser?
You're Brendan, and I'm Fraser. No, that's the wrong accent.
That's the wrong character.
I got the right accent, wrong character.
Yeah, I don't know what character it was, but it was wrong.
Fraser. I don't know. It's somebody else he spoke to at some point in that series.
There's more plot. Maybe this. There's only one mine shaft.
You couldn't have said that any louder than you did.
Ah!